Hello everyone and welcome back to the FIT AZ-900 Azure Fundamentals Masterclass. Over the last several lessons, we've been building a complete Azure environment from the ground up. We created resource groups to organize our resources. We built virtual networks and divided them into subnets. We secured them using network security groups. And in our previous lesson, we deployed our first Azure virtual machine. But now we need to answer an important question. Just because resources exist inside Azure doesn't mean they can communicate successfully. In real-world cloud environment, administrators must verify that resources can connect, communicate, and access the services they need. Today's lesson is all about testing web communication. We will explore how networking, security, and compute work together and learn how Azure resources interact inside the cloud. This is where all the pieces we built start coming together. Remember, understand first, practice second, and conveniently, masterwood. Let's begin. It's been a journey, and we are now on lesson 17, and that is about testing communication in Azure networks. And we're going to understand the communication flow, how to verify VM connectivity, understand what public IPs are, and understand private IPs in that regard, and also understand the NSG impact. Then once we've done all of that, we need to understand what it means to have a successful communication and what it means to have a blocked communication. So let's dive into it. And we're just going to review our Azure environment. And if you've been with me throughout this journey, we looked at resource group, and that is the container that holds related Azure resources. And I believe you can create one for yourself. Then we went on to look at virtual networks, which is the private network in Azure that connects resources. Then we divided our virtual network into subnets, which is a smaller network inside the VNet to organize resources. Then we looked at our security officer, which is the network security group, a security layer that allows or blocks network traffic before finally putting our virtual machine inside it, which is a virtual computer running in the cloud. So that is essentially what we've been discussing all along. And I believe it's been impactful so far. Now let's look at what network communication is. So if we're talking about communication, then what it means is we are sending data and we are also receiving data, and at the same time exchanging information in that process. Okay, so when we connect resources together, there is some form of communication there. So understand it from that perspective. Okay, so we need to understand public IP and private IP. We say that public IPs are accessible from the internet, and a private IP only works internally within your Azure environment. Public IP is public facing, so to speak, and private IP is just for internal communication. And you can use public IP for remote access, and private IPs are used inside Azure. So if you cast your mind back after creating our VMs, we saw the public and the private IPs there. Okay, so that's what it's about. And let's look at a common, communication scenario. So we have one student VM and it needs to receive remote desktop connections and also access the internet and communicate securely. So this is a typical communication scenario. Okay. And how do we even test the VM's connectivity? So the methods we use are remote desktop. And when we created our VM, we're able to connect remotely to it. So there is communication there. Then we can open a browser and try to, let's say, go over the internet, go to google.com. If it works, yes, it's able to communicate to the outside world. So you have the public IP testing, which we will delve into. But this lesson is solely about understanding first, okay? then Azure networking checks, which we can do. Then when traffic is allowed, what's the process? So they're going through the internet, then NSG allow room checks, okay, you are allowed, you can get to the virtual machine and connection is successful. But in the situation where you've been blocked, then you go to the internet, NSG is saying, no, I'm sorry, you cannot use remote desktop to get to the virtual machine. You are blocked, virtual machine, connection failed. So it's very basic, very simple and easy to understand. Then we also need to have an understanding of the traffic part. So Azure traffic flow, so the user trying connect through a public IP, the public IP get to the NSG, then the NSG get to the subnet, and the subnet gets to the virtual machine. So that is the path it follows to get to your virtual machine. And how do we even troubleshoot? So if something is wrong and you're not able to reach your virtual machine, connection not working, what do you check? Oh, is the VM running? If it's not running, you need to start it. Does it have a public IP? If it doesn't have, then as an Azure admin, you need to make sure that you've got one. And are the NSG rules configured correctly? So these are questions you need to ask yourself to find a solution to the problem. And is the VM in the correct subnet? So these are questions you need to think about, okay? And we move on to an exam thinking moment. Yes, you need to pass your AZ-900. So if it cannot connect to its Azure VM, which Azure service should be checked first? Is it a resource group, an NSG, Azure storage, Azure monitor? So if I'm not able to connect, which one should I check first? So the obvious answer is your NSG. So what have we achieved today? This is just bite-sized training. So we say that Azure resources communicate through networking, and public IPs enable internet access, private IPs support internal communication, and NSGs can allow or block traffic. Then finally, we need to understand traffic flow, and it helps with our troubleshooting techniques. So that is a wrap for today's lesson, and I want to thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep growing. Your Azure journey start here, and the best is yet to come. And if you've not subscribed, shared, commented, just do so. I need a bit of feedback so that I can improve the way I do stuff. It's all about improving how you use technology for work, and I want you to succeed in whichever environment you find yourself. God bless, and see you in my next lesson.